Tunner and Jevin had been inseparable for years. From childhood to adolescence, they had shared countless adventures, braved storms together, and faced the trials of growing up side by side. Jevin was always dressed in a flowing green cloak, a signature look that never changed. Tunner never questioned it. To him, Jevin was just Jevin, his best friend, his confidant. But everything changed on that fateful day. It was an accident, truly, a misstep, a fall, and the sound of fabric tearing. Tunner reached out instinctively to help, but as Jevin staggered back, her hood fell, and the loose tunic beneath the cloak gave way. Revealing delicate shoulders, a curve to the waist that had always been hidden. His breath hitched. Jevin wasn't a boy, she was a girl. For days after, Tunner found himself unable to think of anything else. His feelings twisted and grew, morphing into something deeper, something unfamiliar yet undeniable. Love. He loved Jevin, and yet she had begun to avoid him. The easy camaraderie they had always shared had vanished. He tried to approach her to talk, but she would slip away with an unreadable expression. When she spoke, her voice was distant, warning him to stay away. But Tunner wasn't one to give up so easily. He followed her, watched her from afar, trying to understand what had changed between them. And then he found it. One night, following Jevin through the dense woods behind her home, he discovered a hidden entrance leading beneath her house. The moment he stepped inside, a chill ran through his spine. It was a dungeon. Symbols, ancient and twisted, covered the walls. Candles flickered eerily, casting shadows over chains, ritual daggers, and what looked like sacrificial altars. A shiver of unease crept over him. He should have left, should have turned and run, but something held him there. A dark curiosity mixed with mounting dread. Then he heard her voice. Tunner! He spun around. Jevin stood at the entrance, her emerald cloak billowing, eyes gleaming like polished obsidian. Her face was unreadable, but her voice was heavy with something close to sorrow. "You shouldn't be here," she murmured. Tunner took a shaky step back, his pulse hammering in his ears. "Jevin, what is this?" She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she walked forward, slow and deliberate. Until she stood mere inches away. "You should have listened," she whispered. "I told you to stay away." Realization clawed its way into his mind. The warnings, the distance, the way she had pushed him away ever since he had realized she was a girl. It wasn't because she was hiding her identity, it was because she was protecting him. Jevin let out a slow, measured breath. "Anyone who loves me, anyone who gives me their heart." Her fingers traced one of the symbols on the wall. "They become a sacrifice." Tunner's stomach lurched. Sacrifice? She closed her eyes. "My family. For generations, we have been bound to a demon. It sleeps beneath this house, waiting, and the only way to keep it dormant is through offerings." Hearts still beating, torn from those who love us. He staggered back, his heart pounding with terror. "Jevin, no, you don't have to do this. We can find another way." But she was already moving. faster than he had ever seen her grip suddenly ironclad as she seized his wrist. "I can't stop it, Tunner," her voice cracked. "I never could." He fought. He screamed. But Jevin was impossibly strong, her strength far beyond human. She pinned him down upon the altar, shadows writhing around them as the symbols glowed with an eerie, malevolent light. "Tunner," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I never wanted this." The dagger flashed. Pain, blinding, burning pain. He gasped, choking on his own breath as his vision blurred. He felt the warmth of his own blood spilling, felt the weakness seeping into his limbs, and then, nothing. The last thing he saw was Jevin's sorrowful face as she cradled his still beating heart in her trembling hands. The final thing he heard was a guttural growl from beneath the earth, the triumphant roar of something ancient awakening from its slumber, and then darkness.